Hello, Bacha Party. Chalo, let's see how. Okay, I see so many people over here. Hi, Syed. Hi, Pradeep. Hi, Shagufta. Hi to everyone. I hope I'm audible. Let me just reload. Yes. So, are you ready for today's battle? So, as I always say, what you have to do whenever I show you a question, you have to tell me the answer beforehand itself, okay? And how you have to say it, like 1A, 1B, 1C, whatever it comes through, you have to tell me. Cool? Chalo. So, let's get started with the first question that we have over here. Ayo. And that is the function of tapetum in Microsporangium. What is tapetum? Hi, Shagufta. What is tapetum and where is it found? In the Microsporangium, in the structure of Microsporangium. So I hope you know that Microsporangium is the one where your pollen grains are being formed. And pollen grains have what, ma'am? Pollen grains have the male gamete, right? So in this Microsporangium, there are different layers. So for example, if I cut an anther like this, no, I get something like this. 1, 2. In this, each of them will be having something like this. What do you call it? What do you call this bunch of cells, my dear children? Anyone over there? Let me see who was guessing it correct. Inner walla. Okay, you're telling me the answer. Hi, Aman. That's a new person. Sunil, hi. So you're all saying it is A. That's great. But yeah, I was explaining something. What do you call this structure as? When you talk about anther, in anther, you have some group of cells. What do you call them? Come on. Bacha Party. Okay, so anyways, since no one is answering, let me tell. This is known as sporogenous tissue. And sporogenous tissue is where the microspores, or basically the pollen grains, will be made. So just outside the sporogenous tissue, you have a layer. And this particular layer is known as tapetum. And what does tapetum do? As you all said. Okay, let me see who all said the answer. So I have, hi Viresh. Okay, so Shagufta said 1A, Pradeep said 1A, and Sunil Chavan said 1A, and Aman said A. Sunil Chavan said nourishment, great. Pradeep also said sporogenous tissue, Aman also said, okay, Shagufta also said. So that's a good thing. The first guy which is there to nourish the sporogenous tissue, it is what? Tapetum. And sorry to interrupt, Aman, my dear, I replied to your message via Aishwarya ma'am's mobile phone. So I could not understand your question. If you could frame that question over here, I can reply to it there as well. Works? Chalo, can we go ahead with the next question? So answer for this will be what? It nourishes the developing pollen grain. Okay, this is the answer, and kudos to every one of you who got it correct. Yes, Creative Craftsdale. Now the next question that we have over here. Select the correct sequence of anther wall layers. Again, something quite similar to it. Anther wall layers, as in you're talking about these layers only, the one that I made over here. Ayo, yeah. These layers. So I just made one layer. There are multiple other layers. So you have to tell in order which comes first and which comes later. Any guesses? Chalo, guess Marty. Please put your answers like 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, whatever comes through. Sunil, yes. Okay, case set, question, discussion, please. I would definitely do that, and I'm going to tell you there is a surprise coming your way on Monday. So stay tuned for Monday. There's one big surprise for all the case set aspirants. So Pradeep, Aman, Pradeep, everyone is saying B. So let's see if B is correct. So the anther wall layers, according to you, B is epidermis, and then inside epidermis come endothecium, and then middle layer, and then tapetum. Let's see what they are saying is correct or not. So over here I said this is tapetum. Okay, now I'll make the outermost layer. The outermost layer is always, my dear children, epidermis. So this will be the first layer that we have. Now inside the epidermis, so endo. So what do we have? Inside it, we have the next layer which is known as endothecium. Okay, which is known as endothecium. So epidermis the outermost, then endothecium, then over here as you saw tapetum is there. But you know what? Tapetum and endothecium are not really good friends. So they have a big wall between them. Okay, there is a middle layer between them. There is a one big middle layer between them, and after that comes tapetum. So all of your answers is correct. Okay, 2B. Creative Tale, Sunil Chavan, everyone. Hi Mehak. So every one of you are correct while saying this, that epidermis comes first, then endothecium, then middle layers, then tapetum. So Aman says RNA polymerase makes labor division in eukaryotes. 5-marker question. Okay, Aman, I'll consider this and I'll give you the answer for this in written format below the comment section. Okay, after the live. Works? Chalo. And all of you guys really going great. Shaguftada, all good, all good. Gauri, everyone doing really, really good. Can we move on to the next question? Yes. Solve this one. Select the correct sequence of events in microsporogenesis. That means in the formation of microspores. What is the event? Okay. Line by line you have to tell. Chalo. And this time no B, no A, C like that. Please put the number and then tell me the answer. Otherwise I won't be reading out. Select the correct sequence, my dear children. So first comes what, then comes what. Any guesses? Chalo, no one is guessing. Aman said 3A. Okay, let me see. Gauri also said 3A. Shagufta is also saying 3A. Pradeep 3A. Who all left? Creative Crafts 3A. No one to challenge 3A. So basically, let me see if you all are correct. So what happens is that we have a bunch of cells, as I told already. What do you call them? You call it sporogenous tissue. Now each cell of sporogenous tissue is going to act like a microspore mother cell. That means they can give rise to microspore. So each of it, this one, all of them, they are going to act like microspore mother cell, my dear children. Now this microspore mother cell will undergo a process which is known as what? Mitosis or meiosis, my dear children. Mitosis or meiosis, this will be meiosis. They undergo reductional division. Okay, they undergo reductional division to give what? 4 cells. To give what? 4 cells. And what are those known as? They are known as microspore tetrad. Tetrad means there are 4 of them. So you have microspore tetrad. Now, if you think of it as separate things, that this is one separate, this is separate, this is separate, this is separate, what do you call them? You call them microspores. Shagufta, meiosis, Yara, correct. So, as you said, you all got the answer correct. It is sporogenous tissue, then microspore mother cell, then microspore tetrad, and then microspores. This is the correct answer. Kudos to all of you. So I see my children are really, really brilliant. So happy. Can we move on to the next question? That is the 4th question. Yes. The most resistant organic material present on exine of pollen grain is? Sunil, meiosis means it happens only in the gamete formation. That is, for example, for the formation of sperm and the egg. At this point of time, in the case of meiosis, the number of chromosomes becomes half. So whenever you need halving of the number of chromosome, you need meiosis to happen. For example, the gametes, for example, sperm in the case of human beings, suppose it has 46 and the egg also has 46. 46 comes together, it becomes 92. Do we need 92 chromosome? No, we need only 46. So what is the only way? Half the number of chromosome and then bring. So this process of halving the number of chromosome happens only in one type of cell division, and that is known as meiosis. In the case of mitosis, there is no halving. There is no halving of chromosome. Okay. So you all are giving me the answer. Gauri said 4C and Pradeep said 4C. Creative Craft says you're so inspiring. Oh, so thank you so much. Okay. Again, Pavan said C and Creative Craft says 4C. Chalo, let's see. So children, the most resistant organic material, if this term comes anywhere in the exam, just understand you are being asked about something like this, which is known as sporopollenin. And where do you find sporopollenin? So basically the question is, there is something in the pollen grain. Okay, the pollen grain, if you know, it has one outer layer which is like this, which is not continuous. It has pores like this. And then there is one inner layer. And then there is what? A plasma membrane. So this outer layer which is not continuous, you call this as exine, my dear children. And this exine is made up of sporopollenin, which makes it really, really safe. So even pollen grain is deposited here and there, it will be safe for a very, very long time. Okay. So exine is having sporopollenin. Now tell me about these spores which are there. What do you call them? Now, I might ask you questions apart from the questions given over here. So you have to answer me. This is a whole preparation, right? We are here for preparing for your board examination. So tell me, what do you call the spores which is there in the exine? Anyone? on, champions, you can do it. The first letter of this starts with G. A clue for you. Germ pore, exactly, Shagufta. This is known as germ pore. And why do you need a germ pore there? Basically what happens, the pollen grains has the gametes, right? It has the gamete. So this gamete has to travel down to the ovule at this point of time. It makes something like this and comes outside. It makes a road for itself. To make a route for itself, you need what? Germ pores, my dear children. Okay? Yes, JE, aspirant, Gauri, Pradeep, everyone. Great, great. Fine, let's move on to the next question, which is kind of very similar to this one. So which of the following has provided helpful in preserving pollen as fossils? Why did I add this question? Because you can get the same question in two different ways, just to show you that. So you already know the answer, I suppose. Okay, which one of them has proven in preserving the pollen as fossils as in they stay for a very long time, right? Yes, Shagufta. Yes, Pradeep. Germ pore is where pollen tube arises or pollen tube growth happens. That is totally correct. So it helps in pollen germination. Okay. Now tell me the answer for this. Again, 5D. Shagufta is correct. Creative Crafts is correct. Pradeep is also correct. Gauri is also correct. Oh my God, every one of you is correct. Sunil Chavan says it's A. Baba, can you check once more, Baba? Which of the following has proved helpful in preserving pollen as a fossil? I told you there is pollen that does the preservation. It helps in preserving it. It helps in making it, keeping it really, really safe. Aman is also correct. So please check, okay? This is the answer. Chalo. Moving ahead to the next question. Select the incorrect statement with respect to vegetative cell of pollen grain. My dear children, whenever this type of question comes, what you have to do is underline what you are going to search. Sometimes we search for the correct things and everything comes out to be correct. Aman, practical examination preparation video, bacha, I did it already. Please go check it out. Okay. Select the incorrect thing, my dear children. Okay. You're asked about the vegetative cell. Now, for those of you who do not know what is vegetative cell, let me tell you. So, this is a pollen grain, right? So, pollen grain, this major part of the pollen grain is known as vegetative cell. Now, inside the, listen to me carefully, inside the cytoplasm of the vegetative cell comes another cell which is floating over there. It is known as generative cell. So, generative cell is in the cytoplasm of the vegetative cell. Now this generative cell is the one that will divide further and give rise to what? Male gametes, my dear children. Now with the information that I am giving you, can you tell me the answer? And over here it will be having an irregular nucleus. And this also would be having a nucleus, but this has an irregular nucleus. And what is the use of this? The use of this is to provide nourishment, provide food and everything, because this guy is going to divide and for male gametes. So obviously this has to provide some amount of nourishment. Okay. Now you all said, let me check the answers. Pradeep K said 6D, Shagufta said 6D, and Pavan said D, Creative Craft 6D, and then Gauri 6D. Okay. Pawan also D again. Great. Sunil Chavan, I am learning really hard to, I'm trying really hard to learn Kannada so soon. If I learn Kannada fully, I will definitely help you out with that. Okay, fossil means something that will be preserved for a very longer time. It can act as an evolutionary thing, okay, as a, what do you call that, as a connecting link, okay. Okay, now children, you all said D. Let me check if it's correct or not. So, vegetative cell is bigger than the generative cell. Is it bigger than the generative cell? It is correct. You are finding the incorrect one. So, this statement is correct. Has abundant food reserve? This is also correct. Has a large irregularly shaped nucleus? This is also correct. Floats in the cytoplasm of the generative cell? This is wrong, because generative cell is the one that floats in the cytoplasm of the vegetative cell. Okay. Even 6A also comes, no Baba. How can 6A come? Vegetative cell is bigger than the generative cell, always, always. So I have made it really big, so you can imagine it to be like this. A U, Baba, what did I do? Suppose this much only is your generative cell, then, so it's not like that, it's much more bigger, but not bigger than vegetative cell, okay, so it will be D. Chalo, going ahead to the next thing. Which one of the following statement is not true? Again, underline. What is not true? You have to find that out. So pollen grains of many species cause severe allergies. Is anyone of you allergic to pollen grains? So pollen grains of many species, yes, it does cause allergies. So this is a correct statement. You have to find what is not true, the incorrect one. Stored pollen in liquid nitrogen can be used in crop breeding experiments or programs. What do you mean by that? Basically the pollen grains, I can preserve it in something that is known as liquid nitrogen because it is not, it is something very suitable. Anything can survive in liquid nitrogen, okay? It is not reactive, it's totally nice. Now, if I am storing pollen grains like that and then I can use it for crop breeding, that means I can create new plants and things like that with the help of this pollen grains. Is it true or false? It is completely true. It is completely true, my dear children. Okay, now tapetum helps in the dehiscence of anther. Ma'am, we studied the tapetum is the one that nourishes the sporogenous tissue, right? Then how can it help in dehiscence of anther? What do you mean by dehiscence of anther? Dehiscence of anther means anther is like this. It has to cut open and then only the pollen grains which is there inside will come outside, right? So this is known as dehiscence of anther. And for dehiscence of anther, you have the other three layers, the middle layer, endothecium, epidermis and all of them. Tapetum is just there for nourishment. So this is entirely wrong. So all of you are saying that 7C is the correct answer. You are correct. Okay, the statement is false and that is what we had to find out. The statement is false. Okay, so let me see who all got it correct. Gauri, Shagufta, Aman Shetty, that's a new person in there. Creative Craft, Sunil Chavan, Pavan, Pradeep. Oh my God, awesome children. So I suppose everyone who is over here is going to get full in biology. Agreed? Chalo. Exine of pollen grains is made up of sporopollen. We studied that is also correct. So this becomes your answer. Let's go on to the next question. Children, am I going fast? Do you think am I going fast? You can stop me, okay? Just consider me as a friend and say stop there and can you explain once more? I'll be surely helping you again. Yeah? Now this question. Pollen grains can be stored for several years in liquid nitrogen having a temperature of. I told you the pollen grains can be stored in liquid nitrogen because it is not reactive and things like that. But do you know the temperature in which it is stored? Aman Shetty says 8D, Aman says 8D, Shagufta says 8D, Pradeep says 8D. Every one of you has the same answer. Anyone to challenge all of them? Gauri, Creative, Pavan, everyone has the same answer. Anyone to challenge this? Well, let me tell you, you all are correct and the answer is minus 196 degree Celsius. This is correct. Okay, yes, and this is known as cryopreservation. Okay, this is known as cryopreservation. And have you ever wondered why not the other ones? Do you know why it is not kept in minus 160? That is also high temperature. Why is not kept in some other degrees? Have you ever thought of it? So I thought of it today and I went and asked ChatGPT what is the actual reason for it. Okay, so basically the thing is that usually when you put it in some minus degree Celsius, okay, very low temperature, what happens? There will be ice crystal formation. Okay, there will be ice crystal formation and suppose in a cell ice crystals are being formed, obviously it will hamper the cell wall and the cell membrane and everything. This will be really bad. But when you keep it minus 196 degrees Celsius, in this stage, it passes the phase of crystal formation. It does not allow the crystal formation to happen. Directly it gets frozen like that. Okay, there is no crystal formation over there. Directly it gets preserved like that, which is why we keep in minus 196 degrees Celsius. Okay. Aman, I already did the video, please check it out once, okay? Please check it out once. If you have doubts still persisting, if you want me to find it out for you, put it down in the comment section. I'll put down the link there, okay? Otherwise, I might forget. So, Arushi, someone new has come. Okay, so that is why this is the answer. I hope this information was helpful for you. Now, next, the functional megaspore in an angiosperm develops into what? The functional megaspore in an angiosperm. Any guesses? Any guesses? So, you know, in the case of female, this gymnosperm over there, right? So, what do you call it? I'm so sorry. The female gynoecium, here you have stigma, here you have style, and this is the ovary. Inside the ovary, what do you have? You have the ovule, right? Now, inside the ovule, you have bunch of cells, okay, bunch of cells coming together, and what do you call it? You call this bunch of cells coming together as nucellus. Now, In sporogenous tissue, what did we see? Every one of them are microspore mother cell. But over here, it's not like that. Over here, only one cell, my dear children, will be the megaspore mother cell. That means it will be the one that will be forming megaspore. So this is the megaspore mother cell. This megaspore mother cell will undergo a division that is known as meiosis, will give rise to 4 megaspores. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just like how we had microspore, no, there also you had 4 microspore. That means 4 pollen grains. But over here, the thing is, there are megaspores being made, 4 of them. But 3 of them are not functional, only 1 is functional, my dear children. This is known as functional megaspore. And this functional megaspore will be forming what over here? It will be forming embryo sac over here, a new structure over here that is known as embryo sac. And this embryo sac will be having the female gamete, just like how the pollen grains had the male gamete. Listen, there the microspore was the pollen grain, okay, and the pollen grain had the male gamete. Here, the functional megaspore is becoming the embryo sac, and the embryo sac will be having the female gamete. So, what becomes your answer, my dear children? Your answer becomes embryo sac, B. Let's see who all got it correct. 9B, 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 9B. Amman says 9B, Pawan says 9B, Gauri says 9B. Monosporic development, exactly. Creative 9B, Shagufta 9BBB, oh my god. Arushi says that these MCQs are so easy. I know, but these are being released by the government, okay. So, since we thought, okay, we saw so many papers, we did analysis, and then we found out that the questions are coming from the government's question paper which they have probably given. So, we thought, why not make you practice that? Okay, so I understand the questions are easy, but for those of you who were there with me in the previous session, they know I gave difficult, tricky questions also. So, it's because of the chapter also. The chapter is also not very difficult, probably because of that. Now, if you want more questions, okay, in this chapter, I can give you. So, can we move ahead with the next question? Yes. Now, children, in angiosperms, microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis has what? Involve meiosis, occurs in the ovule, occur in the anther, form gametes without further division. What is the correct answer for this? First thing, tell me, what do you mean by angiosperms? Everyone. So, I don't just want A, B, C, D over here. I want you to talk to me as well, right? So, my friends, tell me, what do you mean by angiosperms? Since anyway you are studying this, right? Arushi said A is the answer. Okay, Arushi said A. But can you tell me what do you mean by angiosperms? Anyone? Shaguf, Shaukat Ali is here after a long time. 10A, yes. Pradeep 10A, Arushi 10A, Shagufta 10A, Creative 10A, Gauri 10A. Yes, Arushi great and Pradeep also great. It means flowering plants, my dear children. Flowering plants will be having all these things, right? Obviously, they will be having style, stigma, ovary, that is the carpel, and also stamen, that is the filament and anther and everything. Now, in the case of microsporogenesis, as in the formation of microspore, which will later give rise to pollen grains, as well as megasporogenesis, which means you are going to form embryo sac, and all of this thing has one thing in common, and that is all of them, they involve meiosis. I told you right over here when we were saying the microspore mother cell or the megaspore mother cell, all of them, they are going to undergo meiosis to give rise to multiple cells. So, this is the common thing that you have. This is the answer. This is a very easy question. Yes, Arushi, seeds and fruits are present, Gauri, flowering plants, exactly, all of you are correct. Shagufta, you also, all of you are correct. Now, tell me the function of this. Tell me the 11th question. Function of filiform apparatus is to what? What do you mean by filiform apparatus? By the time you tell me the answer, I am going to draw something. So, I told you about embryo sac. So, we are doing the story bit by bit. So, until now we saw how we form the embryo sac. Now, what is there in the embryo sac? Inside the embryo sac, there is a papagay, that is the egg cell. Okay. And the egg cell has 2 best friends over here. There are 2 best friends of the egg cells, my dear children. What do you call them? Synergids. Okay. Each of them have their own nucleus. Now, here there are 3 different cells. You call them antipodal cells. Okay. Now, here in the middle there are 2 nuclei. Just the nuclei is there. What do you call it? You call it 2 polar nuclei. Ma'am, why are you saying about all this thing? The question is about filiform apparatus. Bacha, where is the filiform apparatus? Filiform apparatus is somewhere over here in the synergids. Now you are asked about the function of filiform apparatus. Yes, a special thickening at the synergids end is known as filiform. Okay. Now all of you said 11th answer is D. But, is it correct? I was asked this question in today's practical. Did you answer this? So all of you, are you correct or not? Let me see. So, my dear children, yes, it guides the entry of pollen tube. You are absolutely correct. So what happens is that when the pollen tube comes from the style's end, okay, and it carries the male gamete. So it's like it does not directly go and meet the egg cell. It is kind of shy. So what happens is that one synergid which is over here, the filiform apparatus will say that, hey guy, you have to come towards this side. This is how you can enter. And while it does so, I'll give you an additional information. While the filiform apparatus clears the route for the entry of the pollen tube, at this point of time, I'll tell you one more thing. This particular synergid cell that you see over here, it gets degenerated. It gets degenerated. So this is the best friend that gave life for the other guy. Okay. And now then the the male gamete will come and fuse with the female gamete. That is how the story works. It was, yes, kudos to you, man. Very good. Ma'am, best book for K-Sit under 100 rank. Well, it's all the PYQs that you have. That's the only best book that I'll suggest, and also your NCERT. But apart from that, if I have something in common, I will be telling down in the comment. Okay? And all of you, my dear children, you all got it correct. It is Shaukat Ali, and then Aman, Anika, there's a new person over here, Arushi, Pradeep, Shagufta, Gauri, Creative, Pradeep, Pavan, every one of you got it correct. And I see one question over there, ma'am, what is the next chapter after sexual reproduction? It will be human reproduction. Okay? Next question. Can we move on to the next question? From the statements given below, choose the option that is true for a typical female gametophyte of a flowering plant. What is the female gametophyte of the flowering plant? The female gametophyte is the embryo sac that we just drew right now. Okay, that was the embryo sac that we just drew right now. That is the female gametophyte, as in the one that will have the gametes. That is what you mean by female gametophyte. Now, what is true? That is the question. Okay, so it is 8 nucleate and 7 celled at maturity. Ma'am, what? I didn't understand. So basically, if you see over here, my dear children, if I just go back a bit, 1 nucleus, 2 nucleus, 3 nucleus, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many nucleus is there? 8 nucleus is there. How many cells are there? Let me calculate. So 1 nucleus covered by 1 cell, 1 nucleus, another, 1 nucleus covered, 1, 2, 3. Over here also 1, 2, 3. But what about these two guys? These two nucleus is there in one big cell that you see over here, which is known as, this whole thing that you see over here, it is known as central cell. Now, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and this whole cell, the 7th cell. So 8 nucleate and 7 celled condition is there in the female gametophyte. Do you agree? Yes. So can I say this is correct? Okay, A is anyways correct. All of you have started giving the answers also. Let me see. Okay, I'm coming to that. Now, it is free nuclear during the development. What do you mean by free nuclear during development? As in the embryo sac was not formed as such. What happened first? Initially, it had a nucleus. This nucleus divided itself into 2. Then the nucleus again divided itself into 2. So this point of time, this condition is known as free nuclear condition, where it is not covered by a membrane, it is not forming a cell. So during the development, it is in the free nuclear condition, and that is also correct, my dear children. Later, they form cells and they get separated into different zones. So A and B is correct. Now, it is situated inside the integument but outside the nucellus. Is it correct? Is it correct that it is situated inside the integument but outside the nucellus? My dear children, I'm just going to erase this and I'm going to tell you something. Listen to me carefully, okay? This will be really helpful for you to solve other questions. So suppose this is the ovary that you are having, okay? Now here you have the ovule. Okay, this is the ovule, and inside the ovule the embryo sac is there when it is there. Now the outer cells over here in the ovule, one cell among them, they actually form the embryo sac. The other cells are still there. You call this as nucellus. Okay. Now over here, this thing that you see, the base of the ovary, you call this thing as placenta. Placenta is one thing that will provide nourishment initially. Now placenta is connected to the ovary with the help of something that is known as funicle. I am basically telling you about the structure of the Microsporangium, sorry, Megasporangium. Okay. Now going ahead, this is the ovule. The ovule actually has one integument like this, inner integument, and then there is an outer integument like this. This is known as outer integument. Cool. Now this is a space over here, and this space is known as micropylar end. And this space over here, this, the opposite side of it will be chalazal end. Always remember, if micropylar is over here, chalazal will be over here. Now suppose an embryo sac is there inside. Over here, always remember the egg cell is found. Suppose this is the egg cell. Egg cell will be found in the micropylar region and not in the chalazal region. Why? Because there is an opening over here, the pollen tube can come and basically get inside. So it is situated inside the integument. What is situated? The female gametophyte, this thing, it is situated inside the integument but outside the nucleus. Do you think it is outside the nucleus? No, Baba, it is inside the nucleus also. Not the nucleus, nucleus. Okay, so it is not outside, it is inside. This is wrong. It has an egg apparatus situated at the chalazal end. I told you this egg and the apparatus, as in the synergids and the egg together, you call it egg apparatus. Do you think it is present at the chalazal end? No, it is present at the micropylar end. So this is also wrong. What is correct? A and B is correct. So can I say C is correct? Yes, I can say C is correct. Okay, so all of you who got it correct, let me see who all got it correct. Arushi said C, Shaukat Ali said C, Gauri said C, Shagufta said C, Anika said C, oh my god, Creative Tail also got C, and everyone. Great, great, great. So, kudos to all of you who got it correct. I just explained for anyone who is there to understand the concepts as well. And Kannadiga says that, ma'am, we should write A in principal requirements in biology practical exam. Yes, my dear children. Yes, but you have to ask your teacher, what do they say? Okay, it depends upon the experiment to experiment. Please ask your teacher, that will be much, much better. Okay, chalo, going ahead. Identify, okay? Identify the correct sequence of arrangement of cells in the mature embryo sac from the micropylar end. Come on children, now since you know all this thing, I'm not going to explain this. Okay, tell me the answer really, really fast. The correct sequence of arrangement. Tell me really, really fast. You can go from the micropylar to the chalazal end. Bacha party, start. Waiting for your answer. Anika said B. Baba, from micropylar end, to the chalazal end. Because you are asked about a mature embryo sac from the micropylar end. Please be attentive. There, you might just lose marks. Okay, Pradeep K said 13A, Gauri said 13A, Shaukat Ali said 13A, Rocky, someone new over there, said 13A, Jyotika also 13A, Arushi 13A, hi Jyotika, Aman Shetty 13A, Anika Baba, don't worry, it's okay, it happens to everyone. Okay, I have also done it multiple times. Okay, misreading the question is one normal thing. So, the answer is 13A. First comes synergids, then you have egg cells, central cell and then antipodal cells. Okay, because you are asked from the micropylar end. Please be sure that you are seeing that. Vinu vlog, someone new, 13A. Creative class says C. Baba, after synergid, how can central cell come? It will be egg cell, no. So, central cell come after that, okay? So, 13A is great, you all got it correct. Now, 14th question, which of the following is not a correct statement? Chalo, tell me. Placenta is located outside the ovarian cavity. Placenta is located outside the ovarian cavity. If you remember this picture, it will be really good. This is the ovary, this is the ovarian cavity, this is the placenta over here, inside the ovarian cavity, okay? So, the first statement, what you have to find out? You have to find what is correct. Placenta is located outside the ovarian cavity, it is wrong. Okay. Central cell develops into PEC. What is PEC? Anyone out there who knows PEC's full form? Okay, central cell develops into PEC after fertilization. Basically what happens, this cell which is there right here, no? Okay, this is the central cell which has 2 nucleus. So, I told you 2 male gamete come, 1 male gamete comes and fuses with the egg cell, and what do you get? You get the zygote. This is known as syngamy. Then the other male gamete comes and fuses with the 2 polar nuclei over here. So, you have 1 nucleus, 2 nucleus, 3 nucleus. Since there are 3 nucleus coming together, you call this as triple fusion. And in this case, the central cell which is having all this thing will be becoming primary. Let me see who all told the answer first. Pradeep, Arushi and Gatika Akruti, someone new out there, said it is primary endosperm nucleus. Baba, that is PEN. You asked about PEC. So, primary endosperm cell is being formed. Okay, primary endosperm cell is being formed. Okay, now here zygote, here primary endosperm cell. This primary endosperm cell will be forming endosperm, which will later nourish the zygote, and then that you have to become an embryo. That is the use. So, you see 2 times fertilization is happening. One is happening over here when the male gamete and the female gamete fuses, you get zygote. Second time, the male gamete fuses with the 2 polar nuclei. This is known as triple fusion, and this is the second fertilization. That is why we say double fertilization happens. Okay, now, come over here. Let's see. This was the question? No. Yeah. Central cell develops into PEC after fertilization, my dear children. Is this correct? Yes, this is correct. 14th, how are you saying, giving me other answers? 14th, why there is, okay, not the correct answer is asked, right? So, yes, my bad. So, placenta is located outside the ovarian cavity. This is the one that is not correct. This is correct. Orchid maintain more than 1 ovule in an ovary. Yes, it has multiple ovule. Egg apparatus consists of 1 egg cell and 2 inner cell. This is also correct. So, this is the wrong statement. Chalo. Let me see who all got it correct. Okay, I have to tell them you got it correct. Jyotika got it correct. Gauri got it correct. Rocky got it wrong. Baba, check once more. Read the question. I think you have ended up just like me. Arushi correct. Pradeep correct. Vinu vlog correct. And creative crafts correct. Again Vinu vlog. Shaukat Ali also correct. Arushi says next class is tomorrow. Next class tomorrow. I think it's of chemistry. Okay. So, all of you who got it correct, kudos to you. Okay, chalo. Now, going ahead, even in the absence of pollinating agents, seed setting is assured in. That means you do not need pollinating agents. Still, fertilization will happen, still seed will be formed. Who am I? That is the question. Which flower is this where it can be happening? Cucurbita, papaya, camelina, maize. 15. This is an interesting question, very easy question apparently, but interesting. C. Okay, all of you are saying C. Let me see if it's C. Papaya. Gaddika baba. Okay. I'll say it's C. Why? Why is it C? Because camelina, it's a plant, okay. This plant has 2 types of flowers. One is clistogamous flowers and one is chasmogamous flowers. As in, one flower will be like this, where the petals are open, okay, and the stigma, the style, and that means the carpel and the stamen, everything is all together open, okay, like this. So, they have one flower like this. There will be another flower in the same plant, my dear children, which is closed, and they also have the carpel, that is the female part, and the male part. Now, you only think, it's closed, it has the female and the male part. Obviously, fertilization will happen. Do you need a pollinating agent over there, my dear children? No, you do not need. Anyways, your assured seed set will be there. What do you call this type of flowers? You call them clistogamous flowers. You call them clistogamous flowers. Got it? Yes, Pradeep. Camelina which do not open at all, which exhibit autogamy even if it does not require pollinating agent. You are absolutely correct. Because everyone, oh my God, so I'm so fascinated by seeing your answers. You're all so prepared. Arshi, Jyotika, Pradeep, Aman Shetty, Vinu Vlog, Gauri, Gatika, Shokatali, every one of you correct. Baba, it is not gytenogamy. Okay, over here they do not show gytenogamy, they show autogamy. What do you mean by autogamy? Since the next question will be around it, I'll tell you beforehand. Autogamy means from here, from the stigma, sorry, from the stamen to the carpel of the same flower. I'm telling you again, this pollination is known as autogamous pollination, or basically this is known as autogamy. It has to be the same flower. Cool? So over here, they do not have a choice, they are always autogamous. Okay, clistogamous flowers, they are always autogamous. What about the open flowers? In the same plant, they have open flowers as well. And what do you call them? You call them chasmogamous flowers. Chasmogamous flowers. Now, do you think they are autogamous? Do you think they are autogamous, my dear children? They can be autogamous. These flowers can be autogamous, but they can be something else also. That means, in the same plant, if you have some other open flower like this, they have their stamen like this. From here also the pollen grains can come and land on this. So it's in the same plant, but two different flowers are there. You call this as gytenogamy. Okay, you call this as gytenogamy. When it is happening in the same flower, autogamy. Different flower of the same plant, gytenogamy. So over here it is just autogamy. Over here it can be autogamy or it can be gytenogamy as well. Cool? What did I do? Just a second. Just a second. Something has happened. Oh my God. Okay. I hope it's working. Children, can you just put some hearts if it's working, or can you just give me a thumbs up? I think it was my hair. Okay, it's working. You gave me the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Kamalina is the correct answer for this. Going ahead with the next question. I'm so sorry. My hair sometimes goes and touches the board like that. Yes. Now, tell me the answer for this. Thank you, Shokatali. Thank you, Pradeep, for letting me know, and for others who are putting hearts. Okay. Transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of another flower of the same plant. I told you, if it's the same plant, you have two flowers, my dear children, and the transfer of pollen grains is happening from here to here. What do you call this? I just told you right now. Autogamy, xenogamy, clistogamy, gytenogamy. 16D, it is what? Gytenogamy. Now, one more additional question. This is there. There is one more plant and there is flower. From here to here, if it is happening, what do you call? This is A and this is B. That means pollination is happening between two different flowers of two different plants. What do you call this as? Baba, 32 questions are there. Okay, 16 more. That's all. Can you tell me? First, if it is happening between these two plants, okay, between the flowers of these two plants, yes, it is known as xenogamy. Exactly, it will be known as xenogamy. Okay, cool. I just wanted to know if you are understanding or not. Pradeep said functional cross-pollination but genetically gytenogamy. But genetically autogamy, that's what you meant by gytenogamy, right? Okay, chalo. Good. Creative, Vinu, Gauri, Pradeep, oh my God. All of you full marks. Chalo. Which pollination brings genetically different types of pollen grains to the stigma? Tell me. Which type of pollination? You have autogamy, you have gytenogamy and xenogamy. Which among them will be bringing genetically different types of pollen grains to the stigma? Tell. My bacha patties can easily answer this question. But I'm so happy to see all of you answering, all of you participating. You're gonna do really good in your life. Shaukat Ali, Arushi, Aman Shetty, Pradeep K, Gauri, Rocky, Creative, Crafts, Tale, Vinu Vlog. Where is Shagufta? I'm not finding Shagufta. Okay, all of you, my dear children. Vinu Vlog, Baba, can you just check once? Okay, so which type of pollination brings genetically different type of pollen grains? It is xenogamy. Why I told you? Because you are crossing between two different plants. So the genes of this plant is different from genes of this plant. And if you're doing this, you call this process as what? Xenogamy. And I'll tell you a way to remember it. And this way came to my mind just right now. That is, there is X over here. X means cross. So basically there is crossing between two different plants. That is what you call as xenogamy. Okay, two different plants means they are genetically going to be really different. Okay. Pradeep K. Hopefully we can find easy questions from this chapter on the day of exam as well. Since, as I said, it's all from the government's question bank, okay, that the government has released this year. So, yes, going ahead. Dioecious plants are, chalo, batao. Tell me the answer for this. Dioecious plants are autogamous only, both autogamous and gytenogamous, both gytenogamous and xenogamous, xenogamous only. What do you mean by dioecious plants? Chalo, since you were talking about easy question, it's not difficult, but some people forget it usually. So dioecious plants, what do you mean by that term? If you know, you will be able to answer it. It will work for CBSE. For CBSE also it will work to some extent, but it can go up thoda upar also for, what do you say, for CBSE. Chakat Ali says C. Pradeep says A, example papaya. Everyone has different answer for this. Okay, Aman Shetty said it's 18D. Arushi said it's D. Okay, shall I break the suspense? This is how questions comes, my dear children. Dioecious, as in there are two different plants, and the two different plants have different sexes on it. For example, this plant will be having just the female flowers. Okay, that is, it just has the carpel. This plant will be having only the male part of the flowers. At this point of time, you tell me what is possible. Yes, Arushi, you are exactly correct. Unisexual plants having either the male or the female part. So this is a unisexual, that means there is only one sex. Over here also there is only one sex. This is male and this is female. Now what can you expect? Can you expect anything to go from here to here? There is no one to give it pollen grain, my dear children, and there is no carpel over there to receive it as well. So obviously from one plant to another plant it has to go. So it will be always xenogamy that will be happening over here. Okay, so answer will be what? D. If you got the answer, if you understood the answer, give me a thumbs up. Now this terms you have to remember. Dioecious, di as in two. Okay, two different plants will be there. That means the sexes are separate. Monoecious, what do you mean by monoecious? Monoecious means in one plant you can have both the sexes. Okay, that is what you mean by monoecious. So 18th answer is D. If you understood my point, please give me a thumbs up. So only option for xenogamy is D. So this will be the answer. Aman Shetty got it. Okay, Creative Tales also got it. What about the rest of the people? And you are right, Pradeep, example is papaya. Great. Chalo, shall we go ahead? Shaukat Ali also got it. So thank you children for acknowledging and telling me you got it, otherwise how will I understand, right? So yes. Chalo, next question. Which is not a characteristic feature of wind pollinated flowers? Now that is the easiest question that you can see. Arushi also got it. Chalo. Which is not a characteristic feature of wind pollinated flowers? Feathery stigma, obviously it needs feathery stigma so that it can trap the pollen grains which is there in the wind. Presence of single ovule in an ovary. What happens is that wind pollination is kind of a rare procedure. So obviously it cannot expend so many formation of ovules in there. If there are so many ovules in there, you're basically wasting energy. There is no surety that the pollen grain will anyway come and land because this is wind pollination. So you cannot give your energy into making multiple ovules. So obviously the wind pollinated flowers has single ovule always. So this is correct for wind pollinated flowers. Pollen grains are non-sticky. Obviously they are non-sticky, that is how they can move around. If they are sticky, they will just go and sit there, right? So this is also correct. What is not correct? Flowers are very colorful. Baba, why will wind want colorful flowers? You only think. Okay, will wind see and say that, oh, that flower is not looking that pretty, I won't go sit there. Do you think wind pollinated flowers will be like that? No. So the answer is D, straight. Okay, so all of you got it correct. Pradeep, Gauri, Arushi, Shokatali, Rocky. Yes, they do not need pollinators. Actually, wind is the one. So yeah, Aman Shetty, Vinu Vlog, Creative Crafts, every one of you is correct. Kudos, good. Now, wind pollination is common in, you tell me this. It is common in what? Legumes, lilies, grasses, orchids. Now, even if you do not know the answer, just use your brain over here. The common sense, you need that over here. Wind pollination is common in which type of flowers? Or basically which type of plants? Why I said common sense? Because you only think. All the features that I told about wind pollinated flowers, what they have, what they do not have. Rocky says C. Arushi says C, Pradeep says C, Gauri says C, and Shaukat Ali says C, Creative Craft says C. All of you are saying C. So, Vinavlog also says C. Okay. Monocot. Yes, grass is a monocot. Aman Shetty also says C. So, let me break it down for you. Obviously, grasses, they do not have flowers. Have you seen the flowers in grasses? They have very conspicuous flowers. It is not very much visible. They are not open and things like that. So, whenever you do not have any good flowers, beautiful flowers like that, they obviously rely mostly on, my dear children, mostly I'm telling, mostly on what? Wind pollination. So, grasses is one such category that you have over here. Lily and all, everyone there, so pretty, right? So, yes, Alima Khan is there saying C. Hi, Alima, there's a new person over here. Welcome. Now, 21st question. Double fertilization is what? What do you mean by double fertilization? Chalo, bacha log. I told you already. What do you mean by double fertilization? Okay, I'll give you one clue. Male gamete into female gamete. Male gamete and the two polar nuclei. This is the hint that I can give. Now you guess the rest. Double fertilization is fusion of two male gametes of a pollen tube with two different eggs. There is no two different eggs, there is only one egg. Fusion of one male gamete with two polar nuclei. That is just triple fusion. That is not double fertilization. Fusion of two male gametes with one egg. No. So, I see the answers over here. Children, please put the number and then tell me the answers. Aman Shetty says 21B. Aman Shetty. Baba, think muddy. Arushi says D. Rocky says D. Pavan says A. Baba, again think. Vinu Vlog says B. Shaukat Ali says D. Vinu Vlog says B. Gauri D. Pradeep D. Baba, every one of you, listen to me. It's D. Why? I told you, in the female gametophyte, that is the, what do you call it as? The embryo sac. Okay. What is happening? There are two male gametes coming in and fertilizing. One male gamete will come and fertilize the female gamete, and this process is known as syngamy. And what do you get at the end? You get the zygote. Now there should be someone who could nourish the zygote. For that, the other male gamete will come and fuse with the two polar nuclei. And now the whole thing is this, since there are two polar nuclei already and one in the male gamete also, there will be one more nucleus. So you call this as triple fusion. There are three things involved over here. This is known as triple fusion, and at the end of it, what do you get? You get primary endosperm cell, which will form the endosperm and which will later nourish the zygote. So this and this together, it is known as double fertilization. Fertilization is happening twice, syngamy and triple fusion coming together. So this is the answer. Did you get it? Sorry ma'am, I didn't understand it correctly. Okay, now is it fine? Did you understand this? Aman, please give me a thumbs up if you understood it. If you didn't, please let me know as well. Pradeep Baba, this is 21st question, right? Almost 10 more, 11 more questions might be left. Okay? Cool? Can we move ahead? Give me a thumbs up if you can move ahead. And my dear children, are you drinking enough amount of water? Well, if you are not, then this is a reminder call for you to have water, and I will also have some amount of water until the time you reply to me. Okay? Okay, Pradeep says thumb. Pradeep gave me a thumbs up, so I believe everything is fine. Shaukat Ali also gave me a thumbs up. Chalo. 22nd question, Aman also gave me a thumbs up, so now it's all fine. Aman had the doubt, so got it. In a fertilized embryo sac, the haploid, diploid and triploid structures are. Tell me. Children, please drink water, okay? Tell me the answer for this. I have the mobile phone with me. I am seeing your answers. You just have to keep guessing. Okay. This is the male gamete. This is the male gamete. Now, 22A, 22A, okay, Rocky, Gauri, Anika, Pradeep, Shaukat Ali, everyone is saying A. Okay, so you are asked about fertilized embryo sac. That means where the fusion has happened like this. Now in this, haploid means the one that has half the number of chromosomes. So initially all the cells that you see over here, my dear children, they all had haploid number of chromosomes. That means half the number of chromosomes, because it underwent meiosis. That's how it was formed, right? So obviously if the female gamete has the half, then the other half will be you will be getting it from the male gamete. Both of them will come together and follow diploid. So over here it was haploid, but now since the male gamete came and fused with it, what happened, my dear children? It became diploid. So the haploid thing is found in who are still haploid even after fertilization. Who are still haploid? Synergids are haploid, antipodal cells are haploid, since they are just like that. There is no fusion that is happening from them. Okay, so I will say that synergid is haploid. What about diploid? There is only one cell which has become diploid. So egg was haploid first, but egg and the male gamete fused together. Haploid came together, and now it's not haploid anymore. The egg and the female and the male gamete fused together, you got the zygote, and this zygote is, my dear children, diploid. It is what? Diploid. Now what do you mean by triploid? Triploid means when half comes together, you call it, what's it, half and half comes together, you call it diploid. Now you see over here half, and another half is also there. There are three nucleus because the male gamete fused with the two polar nuclei. So this one had haploid content, this one had haploid content, this also has haploid. All of it came together. Now it is what? Triploid. This primary endosperm cell which is going to be formed will be triploid. So A is the answer, as you all said. You all got it correct. Great. Kudos to you. Now, ma'am, from when will the one-shot case study video start? Because we hardly have a month and started nothing, so would it help us? It would definitely help you guys. Okay. I believe that you were very prepared for your 12th grade. So obviously half of your portion is done as such. But as I promised, okay, so for those of you who are asking me this question, there is a one big announcement that will be coming on Monday. So stay tuned. It's for all of you guys. It will be really, really helpful. So just be there Monday sharp at 11 a.m. I'm telling you the type also. 11 a.m. For all the case with aspirants, there's some good news coming in. Okay? Chalo. 23rd question, and kudos to everyone who got it correct. Okay, now haploid condition is not observed in which of the following cells? Same thing. Haploid condition is not in which of the cells you do not see haploid condition. That means it can be diploid, it can be triploid. What are those cells? Synergids and egg, zygote and PEN, antipodal and egg, antipodal and synergids. What do you think is the answer for this? Sanvi, I hope I answered your question, but yeah, I definitely get your concern. We will be doing something about it. Please don't worry, okay? Just give your preparation 100% of it and we will be there to help you out. Now, okay, Aman Shetty says B, Pradeep says B, Shaukat Ali says B, Rocky says B. What about the other 11 people who are watching this video? Why are you not answering? Are you scared of me? Me, a small cat? Please answer. I'm not here to judge any one of you. I become so happy when you interact with me, I'm telling you. Okay. Yes, that's the spirit. Nimma Pujari. That's the spirit. She answered right away like that when I said. 23B, creative crops 23B. Okay. So, let's see B. Zygote and PEN. Exactly. I told you zygote is what? Diploid now. Okay, zygote has become diploid. PN, primary endosperm nucleus, that means primary endosperm cell actually. Basically that is also triploid now. Yes, it is triploid now. None of them are haploid. So that was what the question was. And this is, you're correct. You are entirely correct. Okay? Good. Sanvi also, 23B. Great, Baba. Chalo, next. Endosperm persists in the mature seed in. Chalo, 24th question. Endosperm will be there in the seed. So usually what happens is that zygote guy which is there, no, it gets its nourishment from the endosperm. To form what? To form the embryo. But the embryo when it grows up, it's like, I don't want endosperm anymore. I will make my own reserve of food. And that is what, my dear children, that is usually known as cotyledon. So in some embryo, the endosperm might still persist there and this endosperm is there for nourishment and it will still form cotyledon also. But in others, the endosperm is fully utilized and you just have cotyledons left. Okay? So, what is that particular mature seed over here where the endosperm is persisting? Endosperm is still left. I'll tell you the contents of it, the clue, okay? Only in monocots this happens, my dear children. Only in plants that have one cotyledon, okay, they will be the one where endosperm is still persisting. It's there. That is why they just have one cotyledon. They do not have two cotyledons. Now, any plant which you cannot break in, any seed which you cannot break into two, they are known as monocots. So, groundnut you can break into two, pea you can break into two, beans you can break into, but castor is not something that you can break into two. So, this is a monocot. And monocots are the one that will be having some amount of endosperm still left back. That is why they just have one cotyledon. Okay, and you call them as albuminous seeds. You call them as albuminous seeds, my dear children, where this is still left. Okay. Tina, I see another new person. Oh, I'm so happy. All of you participating. So good. Aman, Pradeep, Sanvi, Gauri, Creative, Shaukat Ali, Arushi, Tina, all of you, Babalog, Nima, Creative, everyone up also. Gauri, Rocky, Pradeep, Shaukat Ali. Okay, now when this happens, I get tired, right? So, yes, you all are correct. Please, if the question was, if instead of this it was rice, you can just put tick on rice also. Rice is also monocot. Okay. Now, coconut water from tender coconut is what? Coconut water from tender coconut is what? So, if you have seen coconut, there is the white kernel which we eat. Yum, 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 we eat, right? And inside that there is some water also. Okay, so you are asked about the water. What is this water? Come on. Chalo. So we have 3 new people answering. I want more. Okay, all 11 of you to answer. Pradeep, Arushi, Sanvi, Tina, Rocky, Aman, Creative, Klaus, every one of you saying D. Shall I go with D? Chalo, let's see. Yes, it is what? Free nuclear endosperm, my dear children. So I told you endosperm is there, which is there for providing nourishment to the zygote. So over here, if you keep this for some time, no, what happens is that the embryo which is there, it will also soon form like this. You might have eaten, some of you might have eaten. If you have not eaten, it's there. If you give some chance, it will utilize all this free endosperm also, and then it helps in the formation of the proper embryo which is there. But usually we do not wait until that. We just drink the endosperm and we just go away. Okay, so this is not the free one. okay, this is not the free one, this is also endosperm, this is not the free one. This watery thing that you see is the free nuclear endosperm. Okay, lock option D. Yes, I'm locking option D. Chalo, going ahead. Haman has become frustrated because of me talking way too much. Okay, 26. In a monocot embryo, shoot apex and leaf primordia are enclosed in a hollow foliar structure known as monocot embryo. In the monocot embryo, what is there? So there is an embryonal axis like this. They have one cotyledon and some amount of endosperm still left. I told you there will be one cotyledon and some amount of some endosperm left. Now this is the plumule which will be giving rise to the shoot, and this is the radicle which will be giving rise to the root. Okay, and this is the shoot apex, my dear children, that is the plumule. And here you have leaf primordia which will be giving rise to leaf and everything. Now you are asked, what is that something that covers this? What is that something that covers this? Have you got the answer? It is pericarp, coleoptile, endosperm or coleorhiza. What do you call this? This is about the structure of the embryo, okay, monocot embryo. And this cotyledon's name is cutilum, if you do not know. Just an additional information. Okay, Creative Craft says 26B. So fast. Gauri also 26B. Shaukat Ali 26B. Pradeep 26B. Every one of you is saying 26B. Shall I lock 26B? Shall I? Tina is also saying B. Arushi is also saying B. Okay. I'll lock 26B then. Actually, this is known as coleoptile. So over here, the thing that you see is known as coleoptile, and the root is basically kept safe with the help of coleorhiza. If you ever get confused between coleorhiza and coleoptile, where is present, just remember coleorhiza has an R and root also has R. Okay? Chalo. Good. Next, perisperm differs from endosperm in. Perisperm differs from endosperm in. What do you mean by perisperm? First question. This is the ovule. I told you inside the ovule you have cells, okay, which is known as nucellus, right? And one cell among them becomes the functional megaspore and everything and forms the embryo sac in there. Now what happens is that this nucellus is usually utilized, but sometimes the nucellus stays back. Okay, the nucellus which is there, it stays back and provides nourishment later, okay, and will be providing nourishment to the fertilized, so this is a fertilized seed, that is the egg, okay, that is the zygote that you are having. So this persistent, okay, this persisting nucellus which is there, it is known as perisperm. This is also there for nourishment only, but these cells were already there, okay. Are they involved in the formation of female gametophyte or female gametes or anything? No, my dear children. So, what is the ploidy of them? They are diploid. They are diploid. They have 2n, okay, double the amount of chromosome. That is a normal number of chromosome. Only the gametes which will be formed later will be having half. So, after this meiosis starts. Before then there is no meiosis, so that's why they are all diploid. They are all diploid. Nucellus cells are diploid. But when you talk about endosperm, you know endosperm is made up of PEC, primary endosperm, cell, right? And they would be what? They would be triploid, my dear children. They would be triploid. So how it is different? How is perisperm different? Perisperm being a diploid tissue, being a haploid tissue, having no reserve food, how it is different? So let me see, okay. Shaukat Ali says B, Gauri says A, Creative says B, Arushi says A, and Mia says hi ma'am. Hi to you too. Now, I will be giving you 5 seconds to rethink over your answer and tell me the answer now, since I already explained you the content. Perisperm is what? It is the pre-existing nucellus that is there. Okay, if it stays back, okay, usually it is being utilized, but if it stays back, it is known as perisperm. Now, nucellus, my dear children, they are diploid. The cells of them are diploid. They are not undergoing halving of chromosome or anything like that. But endosperm, it is triploid. Now, you are asked how perisperm is different from endosperm. How is perisperm different from endosperm? Perisperm is made up of what? Nucellus. Nucellus is what? Diploid. So can I just say perisperm differs from endosperm in being a diploid tissue? Endosperm, which was there, Okay, endosperm which was there, my dear children, where is the endosperm? Whenever I need something, it's not there. Endosperm which was there, it is not haploid, diploid, it is actually triploid. So now you tell me the answer. I already told you the answer, but yes. Rocky, did you understand, Baba? Yes. So Gauri, Shakatali, Aman Chetty, Pradeep, Creative, Crafts, Shakatali, every one of you are now correct. It is this. Perisperm differs from endosperm in being diploid. Cool. So just go through this, and can you give me an example of plants which has perisperm? Not all plants, not all seeds would be having perisperm. There are two examples given in your textbook that has perisperm. Can you tell me the names of these two examples that has the nucellus still persisting in them, which provides them nourishment? Chalo. Hi Manikanta. Babalog, can you tell me? Open your NCERT, come on, first. Let's do a bit of cheating here, but it is very much necessary for you to remember. Perisperm is found in two plants, black pepper and beet. Exactly. Exactly. Now if you remember, in exam also you will remember. So it is in beet and in black pepper. Two of them starts with B only, that you have perisperm still left. Okay? No Baba, perisperm is diploid. Diploid. Okay? Perisperm is made up of nucellus, no, and nucellus is diploid. So it will be, perisperm is a diploid tissue. Tissue means a group of cells coming together. Cool? Creative, Baba? I hope you understood. Chalo. Next question. 28th. Non-albuminous seed is produced in. Non-albuminous seed is produced in, my dear children. Non-albuminous means what? Albuminous means the one that has that utilized all the that didn't utilize the endosperm. Endosperm is still left. Where the endosperm is still left, you call them albuminous. Okay. Now where the endosperm is not at all left, you call it non-albuminous. I told you if endosperm is not there, okay, if endosperm is not there, that means they are forming what? Two cotyledons, my dear children. They are going to form two cotyledons. So in whichever plant you can divide into two, they are all non-albuminous. Okay? Okay, let me see the answer first. I am coming to Aspiria, okay? I am coming there. So Arushi says it's D. Shakat Ali says it's D. Pradeep says it's D. Aman says it's D. Arushi says it's Meow. Manikanta, Gauri. Okay, everyone says. Rocky also says it's D. It's correct. Okay, P you can break into two. They are dicots, my dear children. They have two cotyledons. They are dicots. Now coming to Aspiria stout. Sorry Jasmine Ma'am to disturb. क्या हमें 30 days का affected timetable मिल सकता है? मैं syllabus पढ़ा है, फिर भी revise करना है every single chapter. तो please एक timetable में. Okay, sure. Aspiria, your wish will be granted. Okay? Please can you put it down in the comment section. I'll remember it better because you know just after this I'll be going home. So there are high chances, but I'll put it in my head. It's there in my head, but by chance if I forget, just put it down in the comment section as well. Okay? Works? Chalo. So cool? Children, all of you got it correct? Great. 29. Which one of the following fruit is parthenocarpic? Bacha party, batao. Come on, come on. Which one of the following fruit is parthenocarpic? What do you mean by parthenocarpic? Parthenocarpy is when, listen to me carefully, okay? So usually what happens, suppose this is the ovary and inside that you have the ovule. So when fertilization happens, this ovule is the one that will become the seed. What happens to the ovary? It becomes the fruit. Now there is a magic happening in the case of plants, some plants, okay? In where what happens without fertilization, okay, without fusion of gametes, without fertilization, the ovary will be turning into a fruit. The ovary is now turning into fruit. That means there is no fertilized seed in there. Okay, nothing, fertilization is not happening at all. Still, the ovary is becoming fruit. In these plants, will you see seed? No. So they will be seedless, my dear children. They will be seedless. Now, jackfruit, banana, brinjal, apple, what do you think is seedless? Okay. So 29, let me see who all are getting it correct first. Shaukat Ali, 29B, okay. Pradeep B, Rocky B, Arushi B, Gauri B, Manikanta B. Pradeep says it is formation of fruit without fertilization. Arushi also says seedless, formed without fertilization. Exactly, you're all correct, my dear children. Kudos to you. Okay, so the answer is banana. Banana does not have seeds. It is seedless because it is parthenocarpic. And Aspiria, thanks a lot, Jasmine Ma'am. Thanks to you too. Okay, now BA Creations, hi. Chalo, fruits without seeds and development of fertilization. Okay, my dear children, one very important thing that I wanted to ask you is, what do you say, okay, what do you call this process where seed is formed without fertilization? Where seed is formed without fertilization. Here that is fruit, right? What happens when seed itself is formed without fertilization? What do you call this process? Can you tell me in the comment section over here? So this thing, no, why it happens, I'll tell you. The hormones in there, if we inject certain hormones which helps in fruit ripening and things like that, it will turn into a fruit. Okay, so in plants also there is some mechanism happening, which is why the hormones itself are going to make it a fruit, the ovary, without fertilizing it. Okay, and now this question, where seeds are forming without fertilization, what do you call this? Pradeep was the first one to answer, so kudos to you. Apomixis is the answer. Arushi also said me the answer. Shaukat Ali also said. Gauri also said. Kudos to all of you. Okay, it is known as apomixis. And apomixis is seen in very few type of plants, especially in citrus plants and stuff like that, but mostly in grasses, Asteraceae family plants and things like that. You might have seen in your NCERT, the last page, it's there. Creative Crafts and Rinma or Aman Shetty also said, thank you, you're all correct. So banana is the answer, okay? Chalo. Now, 30th question. Now, this is something which involves a lot of your, concentration to your NCERT. If you are very much, focused on your NCERT, you will be able to answer this. Which part of the fruit labeled in the given figure makes it a false fruit? What do you mean by false fruit? False fruit is when usually the ovary is the one which makes the fruit, right? Now suppose this is the flower has thalamus region like this, on which the petals and everything is there. Suppose this thalamus is the one that will be forming the fruit. Then what do you call this type of plant as? You will be calling this as false fruit. Okay, this type of fruits which are formed, they are known as false fruit, because usually ovary is the one that will become the fruit. Okay, now I gave you a big clue and you have to tell me the answer. So which part of the fruit labeled in the given figure makes it a false fruit? D is equals to seed. So D is seed. Do you think that makes it a false fruit? A mesocarp, B endocarp. What do you see? C thalamus. Yes, my dear children, C thalamus is the answer. So over here, this thing, when this thing is becoming the fruit, obviously it's not the ovary which is becoming the fruit, so you call this as false fruit. Okay, so your answer is D, not C, it is D. Okay, and for your understanding, I'll tell you one thing about mesocarp and endocarp also. Okay, listen to me carefully. When you talk about a normal plant, for example, normal fruit which is a mango. Okay, now mango has something like this. Okay, the outermost covering of mango. Now mango is what? This is the ovary, the ripened ovary which is there. So this is what the outermost covering is known as pericarp. What do you call it? Pericarp. And the thing that we eat, yum yum yum, okay, what do you call this as? You call this as mesocarp. Now, the seed which is there, it is present inside a toughened structure which is known as endocarp. Now, the seed is there, the seed will have its own seed coat, my dear children. That is different from endocarp. So over here, in the case of apple, the apple that you usually eat, my dear children, so over here you have the seed. Okay, just outside the seed, if you focus on this, okay, just outside the seed, this particular thing that you see will be what? Your endocarp. Okay, and then comes your mesocarp. This thing that you see is your mesocarp. Then comes your, not mesocarp, what am I saying? Yes, yeah. So this particular thing will be your mesocarp. Okay, and this thing will be your pericarp. So over here you do not say it as pericarp, you have a different name for it, and the outside thing which is not involved in the ovary, this is the thalamus. Please remember that. Okay, so even if you don't follow that, at least you know false fruit means something from where ovary is not forming the fruit, something else is forming the fruit. Cool, I hope you understood this. Next question. Shall we move on to the next question? 31st one. Statement is, apomixis is the production of seeds from unfertilized ovules. Do you think so? Do you think so? Statement says that apomixis is the production of seeds from unfertilized ovules. Statement D, yeah, that is, I know, I was, okay, Aman, I was talking about the borderline which is there, which is not very much clear over here, which is why I didn't want to, make you confused, okay. So, apart from the seed, there is a borderline being mentioned over there, which is what I was explaining. But anyways, okay. You all are saying 31, 1, 31A, 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 31A. Let's see. So, apomixis is the production of seeds from unfertilized ovule. This is correct statement for sure. Okay. Now, statement 2 says, embryos produced from apomictic seeds are not generally identical to the parent plant. Embryos produced from apomictic seeds are not generally identical to the parent plant. Do you think that's possible? Do you think that's possible? No, this is not possible. So, I'll say statement 1 is true, whereas statement 2 is false. A should be the answer for this. Okay, why I'll tell you. I told you, this is the embryo sac where the egg cell is there. This egg cell is not fusing with the other parent's male gamete. Okay, it is just, okay, this whole thing is just now going to be becoming what? The seed, my dear children. So, this has the entire features of one parent, entire features of just one parent whose female gamete it is. Okay. So, this particular plant, whatever it will be formed, it will have the entire feature of the female parent only. So, over here, embryos produced from the apomictic seeds are not generally identical to the parent plant. That will be wrong. It will be entirely identical to the parent plant. That is why it is said that it is kind of asexual reproduction, because over here you do not see two gametes coming and fusing together, and the progenies which are produced, we are kind of very similar to the parent plant. Okay, so which is why this will be correct. Statement 1 is correct and the second statement is false. Cool. And now I think this is the last question. Let me see. No, second last question. There are 33 questions. So, all of you who got it correct, good. BA Creations, Shaukat Ali, Rocky, Arushi, Gauri and Pradeep and Creative Crafts. Let's go ahead with the 32 one. Formation of fruits without fertilization is known as apomixis. Is it correct? Yes. Okay, 32. Formation of fruit without fertilization is called apomixis. Is it correct? Is it correct? It is not correct. You are talking about formation of fruit, but is formation of fruit apomixis? No. Formation of seed is apomixis, my dear children. Okay, formation of seed without fertilization will be apomixis. Now, second statement. In some species of Asteracean grasses, seeds are formed without fertilization. I told you, example of apomictic seeds are what? The one that is from grasses and also Asteraceae. So, this is correct. In some species of Asteracean grasses, seeds are found without fertilization. This is correct. But statement 1 that you see over here is not correct. Ma'am, these questions are from exemplar Bachanna. It's not from exemplar, it's from the one that is given by the government. Okay. So, 32, let me see what are you answering. 32D, okay, is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. Yes, 32D, 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 32D. Rocky says 32D. Mia says do not know or no. What do you mean by that? So, this is the correct answer for it. Okay. Now, children, are you ready for the last question for the day? This is the last question, my champions. That is, the following picture is an example of what? Multicarpillary apocarpus gynoecium, multicarpally syncarpous gynoecium, monocarpellary gynoecium, apocarpous gynoecium. I need to practice something else for CBSE. For CBSE, again the previous year question papers would be really helpful for you. Okay, apart from that, exemplar questions, NCERT exemplar questions would also be really helpful for you. Shaukat Ali, ma'am, did ovary and thalamus both contribute in fruit formation and false fruits? Yes, my dears, and sometimes both of them they contribute in fruit formation. Okay. So you all are saying B, 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 B. Let's see. Over here, this thing that you see, they are the multiple carpels which are there. Multiple carpels as in the stigma style ovary that you see, there are multiple carpels over here. But you don't see them entirely in a different sense. All of them, they're kind of fused to each other. They're kind of fused to each other, which is why you call them as syncarpous. You will call them as syncarpous. And there is multicarpellary contagion as well. So the answer will be B. Okay, the answer will be B. Cool. Can any one of you tell me the example for this? It's there. This example is really important. If you are someone who is preparing for case set or NEET or anything like that, the pictures and below the pictures, the examples which are given, really important. Okay, in which plant do you find this? Any example? Ma'am, this year board examination paper or biology lecture will remove question paper from, he said. I didn't get you, Manikanta. Ma'am, this year board exam question paper. Yes, Arushi, it is Papaware. Okay, it is Papaware. That is the example of this syncarpous multicarpellary condition. And for apocarpous multicarpellary condition, you have one more example, that is Michelia. That is what? Michelia. That is a different. All these examples are really important, my dear children. Okay. With this, what have we completed? We have completed all the questions of sexual reproduction in flowering plants. And I am really grateful for you all for staying by until for like 1.5 hours continuously. Lots of love to all of you guys, and please do let me know if you have still any doubts left. You can put it down in the comment section. Okay, I'm here to help anytime. Whenever I see this, I try to just give you the answer, and I am so happy that you all were here. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And ma'am, next bio class Baba, it will be on next Wednesday. Okay, next Thursday you will be having a bio class, and next Friday also you would be having a bio class. So human reproduction, and the next chapter I'm thinking some high weightage chapter probably. Which chapter do you want after human reproduction? So there are 3 chapters with 7 marks. Oh no, the next chapter is not human reproduction. Next chapter will be human health and diseases. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, it will be human health and diseases. That will be the next chapter, and then after that human reproduction will be there. Next Thursday and Friday. Okay, Rima says thank you, and class 13th. Okay, Pradeep Baba, tomorrow there will be chemistry class. Okay, Mia says, ma'am, you're beautiful. Thank you so much. You're also beautiful, even though I have not seen you, but I think you all are beautiful. The way you're answering, you have got a really good heart. Okay, so Rocky, thank you. Creative, thank you. Arushi, Babas, you say evolution. Yes, we will come in the order of the marking scheme. Okay, we will talk about, when I deal with 7 marker question, I will be giving priority to evolution. Okay, genetics, it is completed. Please go watch it. Ma'am, KC board has called our lecturers to remove question paper, he said. No, Baba, they will be still giving you questions from them, and also please practice extra questions. You never know anything, right? Anything can happen. So that's all. BA creations. Okay. Thank you. Ma'am, in the title it's written 13th while we are in 12th. Sorry, I'll ask the thumbnail creator to change it. Okay, I'm so sorry, but thank you guys, and lots of love. Bye bye, have a good night, sleep tight, and drink lots and lots of water. Bye. Okay, and ask me doubts in the comment section, and please put down all your queries also. I'll write back to you. Bye. Take care.